Hi everyone. So far, in the last few lectures on Schmidt triggers, we have discussed about the circuit realizations of Schmidt triggers for both symmetric and asymmetric threshold voltages, and also for both single supply and dual supply systems. Now, in this lecture, I thought I'll very briefly tell you guys what is the problem with Schmidt trigger circuits which are realized using. See, what does a Schmidt trigger circuit comprise of? It comprises of comparators, a comparator circuit, and some resistors. Okay, and this comparator can be realized using open collector, open drain outputs, or they can be a push pull output. And we have seen that comparators consist of different kinds of output stages, right? They can have a push pull output, they can have an open collector, open collector, open drain output, and so on, not LVDS output, and so on. Now, the problem with open collector and open drain circuits is that, if you guys recall, I thought I'll spend just very briefly, maybe a few minutes, talking about what is the problem with open collector and open drain outputs. And if you are using comparators with open collector and open drain outputs to build Schmidt triggers, then what care should you take? Should you keep in mind? Okay, what point should you keep in mind when you are building such Schmidt trigger circuits using comparators with open collector or open drain outputs? So just to quickly refresh your memory, what is open collector or open drain outputs? Is that the final stage of your comparator in the circuit will be a common source amplifier or a common emitter amplifier with an open output node. Okay, its drain will be floating, or it's, in case of a common emitter amplifier, its collector will be floating. Which means if you have to discharge this node, there is a path for discharging the output to ground using the final stage MOSFET or a BJT. But for charging, there is no path. Okay, if your output has to go logic high, this comparator will be cut off. I mean, this final device will be cut off, and the charging path has to come through a pull-up resistors RPU. I'm just denoting that as RPU here. Okay, the charging path has to come through RPU, and which is why I said, if you guys look at any circuit and you will notice a resistor connected directly from the supply to the output node, in your mind it should click to you that it's either an open collector or open drain output comparator. So here I have shown here an inverting Schmidt trigger with an open collector or open drain output, and you can see I have just taken the normal inverting Schmidt trigger circuit and then connected a pull-up resistor RPU to the supply voltage VDD. So now the difference here, I mean, what impact does this have? That comes from the charging path. For the discharging path, the comparator takes care of it. Okay, the comparator discharges the output node. It acts like an ideal, the way in which a comparator is supposed to behave, right? It has to act like a current sink and pull this node to ground. That's what a comparator will do. If the differential input to the comparator is less than 0, it should pull that node to 0 volts or the lowest supply voltage. The challenge arises when it has to charge. That is the point where the comparator is open. The comparator's output is open. If your comparator's output is open, this node is floating here. At this point, you have a resistor here R, and this node is floating. Okay, I mean, the comparator's output is not having, the comparator's output, the comparator as a whole, the chip here, the comparator IC, will have no impact on its output. Okay, the output has to be charged through an external resistor called R pull-up here, RPU, the R pull-up resistor. Now, if you see, previously in the comparator circuits, the open loop comparator circuits that we were talking about, we just had a direct resistor connected to the comparator's output, and it was charging through the resistor. But now if you see here, if you look at the circuit, you can see that there is actually two other resistors connecting from the output to the ground. So this output node voltage will not go to VDD because of this potential division that happens here. Okay, the voltage at this point will be what? R1 plus R2 upon R1 plus R2 plus R pull-up. That's the voltage at this point. Okay, when the comparator's output is trying to charge this node, it will not be able to go to full VDD like it used to go for other open loop comparator circuits. In case of Schmidt triggers, because the output is connected through resistors to ground, there is some path to ground, you will have a potential division. That's the problem here. So therefore, to resolve this problem, so for your output to reach full VDD, what should you do? Just look at this equation and you can clearly see that if you ensure the sum of R1 plus R2, if R1 plus R2 is much greater than R pull up, then this node voltage will reach very close to VDD, right? This term will become close to 1. If R1 plus R2 is much greater than R pull up, this term will become very close to 1, so the output will reach very close to VDD. So that's the extra care you'll have to take when you're designing when you're building Schmidt trigger circuits using comparators with open collector or open drain outputs. Okay, if you are building such circuits, the one care you have to take is to ensure that the resistors in the feedback path R1 plus R2 should be much greater than the pull-up resistor. Now it doesn't matter even if I have, let's say if I'm building let's assume it's a comparator for a single supply Schmidt trigger for a single supply system, where I am instead of connecting this node to ground, I'm connecting to VREF. Then how do you guys analyze this circuit? During the pull-up path, I mean when the comparator's output is just floating, the MOSFET here is turned off, right? So the final stage is turned off, which means the comparator is doing nothing to the output node. So the output voltage at this point, when the output is supposed to be pulled up to VDD, will be given by, I can apply principle of superposition, assume VREF is 0, V0 will be equal to this term, plus assume VDD is 0, you will get a term like this, R pull up upon R1 plus R2 plus R pull up times VREF. Now again, if you satisfy this condition, R1 plus R2 to be much greater than R pull up, you can see this term will become much smaller than 1. And this term will become close to 1, and the overall voltage at this node will become very close to VDD. Okay, it will be VDD plus some very small factor multiplied by VREF, which I'm ignoring, and it will come very close to VDD volts. So whether it's a single supply system or a dual supply system, you have to choose your pull-up resistor to be much smaller than the resistors R1 and R2 in the feedback path. Okay, and the same thing will hold true even for non-inverting Schmidt triggers as well. In case of non-inverting Schmidt triggers, you can see that the op-amp, when it is trying, the op-amp's output when it is getting charged to R pull-up, there is actually a path through R1, R2 and Vi. Okay, so you don't want your your output voltage to have any component or any relationship to Vi at all. It should be either plus Vsat or minus Vsat, that's it. Okay, it should not have any impact on Vi. And how do we achieve that? You can use a similar principle of superposition and show that the output voltage when the op-amp is when the output is being pulled up can be expressed as R1 plus R2 upon R1 plus R2 plus R pull up times VDD plus R pull up upon R1 plus R2 plus R pull up times Vi. You can easily show that, because when your output is getting charged to VDD, op-amp has the comparator has no role, right? It's just open. So the circuit reduces to something like this. You will have R1, R2. I'll just club them together and call R1, R2. And at the output node, there is R pull up, and here you have VDD, and on this side you have Vi, and this is your output node voltage V0. Okay, it's a superposition. You can apply principle of superposition and derive these results. So again, if you ensure R1 plus R2 is much greater than R pull up, okay, if you ensure this condition, then your output voltage will be charged very close to VDD itself. Okay, this problem doesn't arise during the discharge path. In the discharge path, the comparator will take care of it. It will pull that node to ground. Okay, and we have briefly discussed what happens in a circuit with open collector or open drain output. Okay, so that is something to bear in mind. So if you are using a comparator with open collector or open drain output, you have to ensure this condition. Okay, the feedback resistor should be much greater in value compared to the pull-up resistor. That's the very important design constraint to keep in mind. Okay, so which is why if you have to build very high speed Schmidt trigger circuits, naturally we will opt for push-pull output stages. Okay, we have already seen that push-pull output and LVDS outputs are much faster compared to open collector and open drain outputs. But open collector, open drain outputs give you some benefits. They can be used very easily for low frequency circuits, and you can perform some logical operations by just shorting their outputs and all that. Okay, that's one big advantage. Yeah, I'll post more circuits about that, open collector, open drain outputs. And in case you guys want me to discuss any circuits, you can just message me or email me. Or comment in the YouTube. I'll read the comments once in a while and I'll make videos. Thank you.